gold.
Nonsense.
The golden god!
And he dragged you two into this nonsense?
I volunteered.
And her gold is not in her. She's a diamond under her.
Guys, I feel like it's time for me to say my part. This show is without a doubt the greatest show that has ever existed, and I'm sick of pretending like it's not. I'm sick of pretending like there's anybody out there who's doing it the way that your boy Charlie and your boy John are doing it. So while I have you all to myself, I need to get your attention. You need to go out there and you need to tell your boss to listen to us so that he isn't such a fucking idiot. You need to say, hey, boss, you need to be more intelligent. And the only way that that can happen is if you start listening to John and Charlie's Golden Nonsense. And then your company is going to have more sales, and they're going to cut costs, and then your boss is going to promote you to be his right-hand man, and then you can hire us to come do your Christmas party. So that's everybody. Go tell your boss that he's a fucking idiot and that he needs to be listening to John and Charlie's Golden Nonsense. Because why haven't you already done that? Like, why haven't you gone into your place of business where you earn a paycheck, where you where you feed yourself? Why haven't you gone in there and yelled at everybody in there, hey, fuckers, who I work with, why aren't you listening to John and Charlie's Golden Nonsense? Why hasn't every one of our listeners
advocated for the show?
Specifically with the people who pay them money.
I think it's because, do I sound weird?
I think you sound pretty good.
How do I sound, Spek?
You sound like you're on a microphone.
Oh, wow. Maybe this is my new voice now that I've ascended.
Radio voice.
Guys, we got a wonderful Tuesday. We got Sunweight playing next door, sounding like King Buffalo.
You know, I know what Sunweight is, but I don't know what King Buffalo is. So I hope that is directly insulting Nathan.
No, it's actually high praise.
Oh, it's not directly insulting.
It's a very hard rocking stoner metal band that I enjoy. So coming from me, at least, that's
high praise.
That's a compliment.
Very high
okay.
praise.
Are we
We're rolling.
We're rolling.
Let's start it.
Is it on you or me?
It's on me. This is another edition of the world's greatest podcast. I am your host, Charles Reifberger. This is my co-host,
John Miller. Her.
And this is Golden Nonsense.
Golden Nonsense.
Today we are joined once again by one of our good homies, the man, the philosopher. Spek was here. Let him hear it, folks.
Y'all give respect.
Let him hear it.
Yes, goody.
He's carved out.
Spek is here.
He
Spek is currently here.
Right, but when this episode airs, he was here.
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
That's
it's technically always true.
Yeah.
That's
the point.
Yeah, that's the point.
I got it.
You know what I mean?
I figured it out.
Leaving something behind.
This man is a music pirate king. He done left behind some sort of treasure kids got to find later in the future.
That's right.
Is it later in the future?
Later in the future, yeah.
Later in the future.
It wouldn't even count as a double negative. It's like a double positive.
It's a double positive.
A double positive, yeah.
Dude, are you happy about your new project? I've heard a lot of good things about it.
It's called Anthology is the new EP, is that right?
Technically it's an album, but I consider it an EP.
Yeah.
What's the difference? Is the length of the
It's like the technicality of like you could so an EP
yeah.
is considered like maybe 2 to 7 songs.
Yeah.
But when you hit the 7 song mark, you kind of consider it as like a mini album.
So it's 7,
8
right? You got 7 tracks on there.
Yep, 7 tracks.
I just listened to it today, man. I fucking love it, man. It's cool. Like I like every track on there.
Thank you.
I think my favorite is the Sirens.
Oh yeah, with Goddessy.
Yeah, with Goddessy. That chick, her voice is awesome.
She's an interesting young lady.
That's the homie, man.
I really like her voice. That song's got like. Remember when I was telling Anna Rose, I was like, you need to optimize for the sexiness in your music.
Baker or Shoal?
Shoal.
Shoal.
Okay. And now understanding the context of that last part, I was like, okay, thank God it is show.
I don't
know Baker.
I don't think I know Anna Rose Baker.
Anna Rose Baker, from what I know of her,
Is
of
she
her
ugly?
through Anna. No, she's young, dude.
Yeah.
She's blonde.
But she's
what? What do you
No,
say?
young. He said young.
Oh, young.
She's a young girl.
yeah,
Oh,
but she's super fucking talented.
Yeah.
And like Anna,
young, like less than 18, young, or like
shit. The fact that she's not even old enough to drink at a bar still.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know that person.
But no,
I don't associate with minors.
Yeah, we don't associate with
No,
minors.
Anna
But
Rose Scholl, who
that's the homie too.
who is
the sister-
also a very talented
the
singer,
sister of
and
our
A frequent collaborator of mine as
yeah,
well.
yeah, and I told her that I think her voice, like I like when people optimize for the sexiness of the music.
What's that?
Yeah.
called?
That's some of my
What's
favorite
that called?
music.
Sultry.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, like some Sade or something like that.
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah.
what this third track on the album is.
You know
it's,
what?
It's like it's like kind of like an almost an old school R&B, like, but it's not 90s style. That's an
interesting
but
vector
it's-
I've always thought about, like the the lady superstar singer that if she gets to a certain point, she's going to be loved by all women or hated by all women. Have you seen that before?
I'm not unfamiliar with that concept, no.
No. Okay. It seems like
But what determines?
I don't know. I have no idea. Like
Yeah.
I said, I'm not a music file like that. So I've just seen, like, I remember when Beyonce came out, everyone loved her, right? And then
Got to a point where everybody started hating.
right, and then it was like Rihanna, the same thing happened, or the same thing happened to fucking all the fucking pop stars. There's like maybe it's just a love-hate cycle. I don't know.
Love-hate cycle?
That's how it usually comes down to. And it's even crazy. It's always wild when it comes down to, like, especially for a lot of like the women who are like really killing shit in like the music industry. It becomes that way. It's normalized for both women and men, but it's even wilder when it's a woman involved. With men, it's like, you got a dick. We might fuck with you. We're probably more than likely gonna hate you later. But also, like, when it comes down to like women in the industry, especially, not to get too.
You talking about like predatory, or
I mean, that's the unfortunate reality in just about every fucking industry in the arts, or just every industry period is gonna be predatory as fuck, whether it be like sexually, financially, etc.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I feel like at this point, man, it's like if a motherfucker's gonna hate you regardless.
Yeah.
Just keep making the best shit possible.
Right.
Give them a reason to hate you every time.
Yeah.
You
almost gotta do like a heel turn and just monetize the haters.
Yeah.
yeah, man, like
Because haters gonna watch just as much as the fans would.
You know who's this new famous singer, Benson? What's his last name? It's something. It's double B. He's
I
like,
have no idea.
he's a cute kid. All the girls like him. He does flips on stage.
Oh yeah.
He's like he's got a mustache. He's kind of like doing a Freddie Mercury thing.
Oh, he's
But-
like a Justin Timberlake archetype type deal, like
Kind of,
like
yeah.
boy band.
Yeah,
just,
boy band.
just got free for the boy band.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's his vibe, and he's talented. He's a good singer. He's a good performer. He was at River Beats.
Oh yeah.
I wish I could remember the guys. It was like Benson Butler or something like that. But it's
Sounds
just
familiar.
it's just I can see like he's becoming very famous. All the girls like him, and dudes love to hate him. He's just like
has that energy.
he's got that like it's easy to call him gay and just be like, this dude's fucking gay.
Yeah.
Like, why do chicks think this dude's cool? He's
He has a Freddie Mercury mustache and he's doing flips.
yeah.
What a loser. What a loser. Who's this kid dancing and making the girls swoon?
Yeah. That's just kind of like.
How do you deal with that? How do you deal with the
haters
the haters,
can't
bro?
handle
how
much swag you got.
You shoot them? Do you
I'll
incorporate them?
I'll say it like this. I just recently as in like the last 12 months, just really started to understand that, like, and this isn't like out of ego and no shit like that, but I never believed myself as a person to like have people that don't fuck with me, because it's not like I don't really go out of my way to just like, start shit with people, but and especially having like good people in my corner who like show me that, like, yeah, niggas don't fuck with you as much as like you thought they would, or they actually don't fuck with you at all. They're just trying to crowd up in your space for what?
What is it? So was it? You think you're being naive?
A little naive, a little green, but
Yeah.
also like being green to, or I would say be foolish to thinking that I may have some sort of like be exempt from
Oh, nah,
all the
dude.
fucking that happens around me.
Nah, dude.
You know?
Everybody
I'm exempt because I'm willfully
ignorant.
Yeah.
like I've just completely
Your willpower to ignorance just supersedes just their
I'm just
willpower
gonna
to hate.
ignore it.
And that's really just the best way to go about it.
Yeah,
'Cause
I mean,
my principle is like
yeah, your attention is water, and whatever you would pay attention to, you're gonna give power to. So
yeah, and like and my rule of thumb is like, sure, that's cute, but if niggas ain't finna run the fade, then doesn't even matter.
yeah.
You can hate over there quietly. You know
yeah,
what I
but
mean?
see, look, and I'll tell you this, dude.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna bring this up because it's mildly
John never starts any shit with anybody.
Yeah.
He never has any drama around him at all.
No.
He's part Jamaican.
He's complete-
Rastafari.
He's completely sidestepped it 100%.
I am, dude. Someone tried to fight me at Louis Connolly's the other night, like 2 nights ago, bro. And,
Damn, dog.
and you know what it was, fool? It was I was radiating power and strength, and he didn't like that, bro.
Yeah.
He didn't like that.
Well, it's threatening.
You're too certain about yourself for me. I don't fuck with that.
I guess so. Right? And I was hitting people with the one word answers because it's like if I'm not talking to my friends, right? I'm sitting here, I could nerd out, and that's how I want to talk to my friends because they're smart. I don't want to have a fucking passerby or drunk conversation with some kid that thinks he knows me.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so he's like, "Yo, dude, you're that guy." I'm like, "Nah." And then he had a problem after that. the whole time after that, he had a problem with me.
He
And,
didn't like the way you acknowledged him.
Well, I just said no. Like, the one word answers to people. If you don't have the fucking the rigmarole, the disclaimer, the follow up, or whatever, they find it like is rude. But I'd say this, like the hate is going to metastasize in different ways. Even if you don't realize it, is going to come onto your doorstep some kind of way because people are dedicated in their hate. You would think that not. You know what I'm saying? But,
Yeah.
Like Charlie.
Well, you got to have them.
Charlie, look.
If you don't have any haters, you don't have any fans.
Just because we're friends,
yeah.
you have haters because of that.
Yeah.
Understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, just because of our association.
Yeah, and I can still block that out.
I know, but I can't.
I know it exists, but I can
can't.
pretend like it doesn't
I can't.
exist.
Look, check this out, dude. You know, someone made a zine about this Tuesday open mic show and distributed it, and I've been trying to figure out for 2 weeks who did it.
Yeah.
And I've trying to give it no attention because each time I think about it deeply, it's like
I think it's great, man.
it's cool.
I just love it.
Look, it's cool. I've changed my perspective slowly, but I've been slowly like pressing people like, yo, you know who did this? You know what I'm saying? Like because they don't mention me by name, but they did print my name. A, B, they're charging for it. C, they're talking about the thing that I've built over for a long time. And it was a scathing, nice review. It was kind of fucking what's the word? Tight and cutting with their verbiage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A couple fuck your faces and who do you think you are is in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't. Whoever did that, I must have ignored them so much with their hate that I couldn't.
You couldn't even. Like,
I couldn't have. I ignored it so much
that's a pretty long length to go to get somebody's attention.
Why would you do that then?
Yeah.
Because look, you know me, bro. Right? Pull up. You said run the fade. I'm right here. Everybody know where I am.
Yeah.
I have a pretty.
Every Tuesday.
I'm right here. I'm like the president.
Yeah.
I got a public schedule.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I don't start beefing nobody. But it's gonna show up, dude. And I'm just wondering if you had some sort of a kung fu, ancient Chinese secret that you might have used to, grow around it.
you know, I learned from the best, and the best that I'm referring to is my girl, because she's not unfamiliar to fuckery and even in her field.
What does she do?
She's multifaceted as fuck, man. She is exemplary in modeling, curation, fucking creative directing.
Oh, she's one of them.
A bombastic burlesque dancer by the Godiva goddess. Like she is incredible in everything she does.
Wow, you love her, huh?
Fuck yeah, dude. I love the fuck out of
That's
that.
the last song on the album. Is called
Godiva's Groove Part 1.
Godiva's Groove.
Yeah.
So that's about your lady.
Yeah, she was actually there when I made it.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
She was there when I made it, and it was just like it was only fitting and it only made sense.
Well, let's put a little bit of that in right here.
Yeah.
Can we listen to a little of that on the episode here?
Absolutely.
All right, folks. This is Godiva's Groove,
Part 1.
Part 1.
Easy. Oh, hi.
That man, it's really it's a
Now
it's
inspired by your lady, or she
slick
was just
song.
in the room when you titled it.
She was like, she was there when I made it. She documented some of the footage from when I was creating it, and it was already like good energy in there, just simply like being in that space. Because she's also a creative. She does art with her hands and everything as well.
And it's mostly an instrumental.
It's all instrumental.
So it's just it's only a feeling. It's just about a feeling. It's not really. There's no lyrics, or you're not describing anything. It's just you're kind of explaining a situation through music and the emotion that you were feeling.
Absolutely.
In that situation.
And it's also like in homage to just the energy that she gives.
Damn.
And I sampled the track "I Am in Love" by Jennifer Laura.
Okay.
So it's like it just all comes together in that way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my homie right there. That's my baby.
That's cool, man.
But as far as like the dealing with haters part, man, like as she famously put it, they don't exist to me until they like show up.
Yeah.
Until they make like there's no beef until beef is created.
Yeah.
And the quote 50 Cent, he's just like, there's no problem. And I'm like, there's no problem. But it's like there's a problem. And I'm like, no problem.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. She gangster like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's
good.
That's wise.
That's good.
That's wise. I mean, that's essentially what Charlie was saying, right? Like you don't give any attention to it, it won't grow.
I don't think that's the ideal situation either. I mean, maybe it is.
You
but
gotta,
I think there's a way to like. I think there's like a way to like create a perpetual motion device using the hatred. You know what I mean?
How?
You just through being like through being like,
so
unbothered by it, but also like somehow like also sort of like almost antagonizing by how unbothered you are.
Oh yeah.
So that it just pisses them off even more.
For sure.
And then that sort of elevates your profile when people have that sort of an emotional reaction to who you are and what you're doing.
Yeah.
Energy is real palpable that way. It's like it's the unspoken currency of human interaction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Easily.
That's like when someone can tell when someone can tell you don't give a fuck, it either works out one of two ways. It can be mutually understood or they're gonna fucking hate it.
Yeah.
And I know that like in the beginning I was just so unfamiliar with that. For me, it's just kind of like I didn't do anything. What the fuck you mad at? Like, what the fuck you mad at me for?
What the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
You ever seen Waiting? You ever seen the movie Waiting?
Mm-hmm.
It's like at the end when he flips off Dane Cook. He's like, me? What the fuck did I do to you, kid?
Yeah.
Right. Fuck you. You're
fuck
cool.
you. Yeah. And he says, and especially, fuck you. And he goes, me? The fuck did I do? Just like what? Like what?
Some people just natural born haters that way.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you like you say, you have no idea how, you just walking around bothers people.
Yeah.
Whatever you got going on naturally.
Man, the impulse to hate is, fuck, it's hard to avoid. It's like I'm not a hater.
I'm a hater.
Yeah.
I be hating all the time. I have to exercise it though because I can't let it stir in my So I'm gonna vocalize it. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah.
that shit lame as hell. Or
Yeah.
I'm gonna check whatever I see just so I can not be like,
Yeah.
I'm a quiet hater. I'm gonna let it build up inside me.
You
You know what I'm saying?
You got to get out your system.
Yeah, man. Because if
Yeah.
not, I'm just gonna be this little troll person and be passive aggressive, and that's lame.
Yeah, but
Passive aggression is lame as fuck.
It's super lame.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna be like, yo, bro, I think your Kango is ugly. I'm not gonna let it fester in my spirit.
what about when you see other comedians getting stuff, getting on shows, getting opportunities?
Look, the opportunity game is funny, right? Because there are a limited amount of opportunities, right? But to be completely honest, like the
per day, per year.
Yeah, I'm happy when it's somebody that I know that they get a level of love or work that I admire for them.
But it's a little bittersweet, isn't it?
No.
No?
It's only bittersweet if I don't respect the person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that dude's dog shit, or you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck did they do to get? But if it's somebody, that I can recognize the ethic and the work, because I'm a comedy purist, bro. You know that about me by now, right?
Yeah.
Like I get mad when people dick around at the open mics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and if somebody else is getting an opportunity, it only implies that opportunity was in line with their reality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I can't be mad at somebody that gets like, it's fucking gay month, right? So it's like, oh yeah, they got a fucking HBO special and they're a gay comedian,
Yeah.
right? And like it line up, sure, but do I hate that he got a special? No.
Yeah.
Is he good? Sure, great. You know what I'm saying? Because it pushes comedy out further, right?
Mhm.
And it's just like, if it is good and people do enjoy it, then they're more apt to come to my shows or be more open to ingest comedy. Like today, I went to the fucking spiritual shop, Ebo's. You been there before?
I remember Ebo's.
Yeah. So they moved to over here on Madison, and I just walked in, and I was just,
You talk about
where whatever used to be.
Yeah.
Right. And so walked in, talked to the people, whatever. And I just kind of casually mentioned to the lady checking me out if she liked comedy. She loves it. Right. She's been wanting to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Right. She took my phone number, wanted to hear more about it, sent her the flyer, the info, whatever. I'm like, hope to see you out. Now, advocating for it is one thing. Performing it is another thing, right?
Yeah.
Trying to be a champion of it is a different thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to be a master and champion of comedy, which is a different type of endeavor. You know what I'm saying? Like fucking comedy Quincy Jones, motherfucking comedy Michael Jordan, motherfucking comedy Mike Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just you think about the field, and then like these few people pop up in your mind. You know,
the science behind it.
Yeah. And it's like, it took me 3.5 years to figure out the seating arrangement, right? Without studying at a real club, where it's like, oh, this matters. The height of the ceiling matters. The fucking lighting matters, right? Blue typically don't work with comedy. Green, white, and red helps with comedy. Yellow light is neutral. You know what I'm saying? Like, just fucking small little bullshit that doesn't matter on stage telling jokes as a performer, but as a producer and a person that loves comedy, like, I care so much that I gotta fucking dick with it. You know what I'm saying?
It's all about atmosphere.
But it's all about everything. Like if the new person that shows up today in comedy, right, and the atmosphere is just right, and they have the little bit of extra confidence to get out the joke that works, and they get the fucking bug. You know how it feels. The first joke that works, and you're like, oh fuck, it's real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then it's like, and I see it, and I was like,
it's a drug. It's a drug, and you're addicted to it.
And I just saw him.
Congratulations.
I just saw that dude hit his first piece of crack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or getting your first sniff of pussy. You're like, oh, dude, you're addicted.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're fucking addicted. You're a different animal now, right?
The body knows, like, I'm about to go ham.
Right. And so those small little things, and I mean, look, I'm at this level. I'm at like a small performance, mid performance level. Like when I get to fucking, theaters, arenas, like big clubs, like I want to walk in and be like, yo, they got this right, or they got it wrong, and I want to make it right, and blah, 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 right? And it's like, because when I'm out there doing my thing, I don't want, Michael Jordan don't want motherfucking water on the basketball court. That's, you know what I'm saying? You don't stop me from being me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? And so so it's like, I appreciate all parts of it, and it's weird that it manifested in this way in me, but I think that shows up in other people. That's why you respect other people's crafts.
Dedication to the craft,
right?
man.
Facts.
Like,
I watched this crazy thing. It was about 5 minutes of. It might have been shorter than that. It might have been like 2 minutes. It was of Phil Mickelson talking about
The golfer, right?
all the different conditions of grass and the species of grass.
I think I saw that clip.
And the different ways that it affects the golf ball, and it's just like, oh my god, like it's just the depth and the specificity of like
the knowledge, just about a 1 ounce ball that he uses all the time, right?
Yeah.
He's like, you know what? I could just keep on smacking it, or I could learn why it rolls the way it rolls, and like. Dude, like it,
because it's a variety of conditions. There's an infinite variability to what kind of conditions you're walking up to a golf ball to try and hit. And there's so many, and there's things that fall into categories, but it's like you never know. What,
it's like, dude, he's like, oh, I'm in the South. I'm in Tennessee. They have this type of grass.
This is Kentucky bluegrass.
Right. It's fucking summertime. It's not gonna hold water that long. It did it. When did it rain last?
Did it rain yesterday? Did it rain the day before?
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's like, fuck. Now I gotta probably slice it a little harder because it's gonna travel on the grass a little differently or some shit I don't know that I'm not a professional about. But I'm with that about comedy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could see a young person and be like, oh, I see the idea. I see the attempt at the layup, right? But you tripped over your own shoes because you wanted to use a hot word, right? I seen some dude had like a fucking perfect setup one time.
Yeah.
And they used I think the punchline or the attempt at the punchline was like butt rape or something.
Oh, good Lord.
And I was like, bro, do you know that word is charged? I was like, I know you're like 19.
Yeah.
And
your
rape,
favorite comics are like the edgiest dudes.
Right. And rape as a concept is funny, but you got to remember there are some people in this room, women, that have been afflicted by that, right? Or know someone that has, and then like now you're sending a charged bomb through the room that if you don't have the right payoff for,
you're going to fuck.
You fucked up your time, and even the time after that. Now you know what I'm saying. The people after you, and it's just like you wouldn't know that if you haven't failed. I've done that before. I was that young nigga. I was killing it, and then changed the room with one hot word that I thought was funny at the fucking time. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, in a semi roundabout way, even though it's unrelated to comedy, I had a moment of realizing just exactly how much older I was getting. Because like my youngest sibling just turned 18 2 days before my birthday.
Yeah.
And the oldest younger sibling that I have is like about to be 21, I think.
You the eldest?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
I think even just like I think they're about to turn 20. I don't know. Time for you flying like a motherfucker. Anyways, trying to explain to them about little shit or even bigger shit, like say dealing with other people, dealing with women, etc., or even like trying to navigate your life at like an early age, things that they may know but don't understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Being at that sort of age, like 18, 19, you just getting your feet wet out into the world, and like when you receive advice from those who are older than you that actually do genuinely like are trying to put you on game on some like, I get where you at. I've been where you are. I
care about you, and I want I want to lessen your learning curve.
Yeah. So it's like a lot of times in any profession, unless they already got a solid head on their shoulders, sometimes you can give them all the best advice in the world, and even then, just telling them that is enough.
Yeah.
They're probably not going to listen to you right off the bat.
Oh,
they're gonna call back to that.
Oh, they're gonna have this moment when they're gonna be like, "Damn, Spek was right."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then right post the situation you tried to warn them about or guide them through, and instead of going left, like, "Hey, bro, when you come to this fork in the road, go left. I know going right look better, but go left. I swear to God, it's better 100% of the time." He goes right, and then he gets hit with a tiger trap or a bear trap or some shit that he couldn't even fathom. It was so bad. He was like, "I was so adamant. I told you not to go that way.
Yeah.
Why did you not listen to me?"
It's your fact.
Right? I said, don't do it. I've been there. I had to trail back with injuries. You know what I'm saying? I had to bounce back. And it's like metaphorically, physically, financially, whatever, if you give someone some advice like that, it can't translate without
experience.
Without experience, yeah.
Experience or pain. And you have to simulate that for them. Yeah. And this is why people put, teenage boys through like rites of passage or whatever, so they can understand shit, right? Like, like it took me getting into like some real fights to be like, oh yeah, violence is not to be played with.
No,
people could die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could kill somebody. I know it with a little bit of fucking effort, right? Now, does that make me a madman? No, it makes me respect peace a lot more. because that means everybody around me is chilling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like it becomes like these gravitating lessons. Like, man, you know, I learned a fucking bullshit lesson that I thought that I knew that I fucking had to relearn that slightly embarrassed me. Like, did I tell you this when I was up in New York?
I don't know.
I was on stage. I was doing okay on stage, and the waitress comes and gives the people's order in front of me. Right?
Yeah.
Now, I've been told by club owners and managers alike, you know, you could do anything you want. Just don't fuck my waitresses.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
There's plenty of women in the crowd to fuck anyway, right? I don't have to fuck the girl that works here.
No, actually, like, you mean like actual fucking or like fucking with them?
Don't
Both.
have sex with them.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don't fuck the waitress and don't fuck the
Unless
waitress.
nobody in the audience wants to have sex with you, and then you have to have sex with the waitress. But that's
rare.
That
That's
has to
the
be their
last
call.
case. That's the last resort.
And so what did I do? I asked the lady kindly for water, right? Ma'am, can I have a glass of water, please? On stage, right?
Yeah.
They acted like I smacked the bitch in the face and called her a cunt. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yes, because from what I understand, I had to come back to Memphis, right? Because the dude that put me on up there, right? He was like, "Yo, please apologize, man. Like, this is the club. I'm like past that, and I don't need no smoke." I'm like, I said, "Can I have water, please, ma'am? I have the tape. I know what I said."
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's like, well, you know, it's just like a weird thing. You're not supposed to do that. I told my cousin up in Harlem, right? He was like, "Nah, B, that was a radical feminist, B. She hated you. She hated you, bro. You was a black man, proud with dreadlocks. She hated that shit, bro." I'm like, I don't think that was it. I get to fucking Memphis. I talk to Skinny, tell him the exact same story. He goes, "Oh, it was a power thing, right? He's seen so many performances. You're not supposed to ever address the wait staff if you're performing. You say to the audience, to everyone,
Yeah.
may I have a glass of water?"
Yeah.
And somebody,
Can
usually
I get a glass of water up here?
Right. Somebody's gonna bring it to you.
Yeah.
Don't ever address the people, because why? Now you've belittled them in front of everybody at their job.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I didn't belittle her. I said, please.
Yeah.
I don't listen to that. I don't understand that logic. I'll fight niggas over to be against that. That's so dumb.
It's dumb.
They're doing their job.
That's
and
what the
even
fuck-
furthermore,
That's what it is.
you're treating them with respect. You're just,
Yo, my son, I am. We are on the same page at this, right? But
like, that shit is fucking stupid.
it is stupid, right?
You know
but,
how it is when you say something and it comes off the wrong way.
well, dude, I
It
said,
just-
well, look, I guess,
No, and then
It's
you try
only
to,
niggas with power that set rules like that.
bro. It's because from what I understand, it's because I did it from the stage and I said, "Ma'am," right? If I would have just said it ambiently,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
I would have gotten what I wanted. I could have asked for stuff that cost money and I would have got it
So,
for free.
For free,
so
yeah.
you were better off being a dick semi-intentionally, but indirectly.
Yes,
That's
Crazy.
the most retarded shit I've ever
that's
heard.
crazy. That's crazy, right? Well, anyway,
Decency does not exist in any history anymore.
I understand that, but you know, I'm trying to, and this is one of these things about
I think it's more about perception.
right, but perception is reality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I would think
Perception is a sliding scale.
I would think it would be flattering, right? Old superstar sexual chocolate John Miller acts this nice little dopey fucking waitress for some H2O, right?
Yeah.
So I can serenade the crowd more with motherfucking laughter material. But no, she took it as offense,
Yeah.
right?
Well, that's what women are really good at doing.
This Negro boy from the South said "ma'am" to me. He thinks I'm an old lady.
Take it from the married guy. Women will.
Well,
you can
yeah.
say the nicest thing ever. A woman will hear the meanest thing
What do you mean by that?
possible.
What do you mean by that? What do you, no. What, I saw this tweet and it said, "If a woman starts a sentence with these 5 characters, you fucked up." So ... She's just gonna misconstrue whatever the fuck you just read, whatever the fuck you typed out. You could be so clear. I mean, this is point 1A, point 1B, point 1C.
Yeah.
Furthermore, point 2 is this, and then you can flesh it out totally. And then she could be like, "So you don't fuck with me?" Like, I told you that the 7 reasons I don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it is. I feel like I need to wear a wire in my own house. Just
And then look, I think the gaslighting back where it's like, you didn't say that. I'm like, I swear I said that, or I didn't say that.
Here's an honorable mention of 5 characters. You know,
Ooh.
it's
Ooh.
like, where?
What do I know?
Please tell me what.
Well, I want to back up for a second and just talk about how
This part of the podcast is brought to you by LoveYourBitch.com.
LoveYourBitch.com.
Right, like love is powerful. Emotion
love your bitch, but also love your queen.
We got we got flowers getting dropped off by drones.
Right,
love at her work.
Love every person in your life adequately and largely. You know what I'm saying?
30 minutes or your money back.
Right, LoveYourBitch.com.
LoveYourBitch.com/golden nonsense
for promo code 10% off for your
first drone delivery of flowers.
A bouquet flowers to your bitch. God bless you, golden nonsense.
So this actually applies to relationships because it's like, you think when you're single, you think like, oh, I'm never going to let a girl do this or like, if this happens, I'll just do this, like there's a lot of that kind of like imagining the future, but it happens in just your life. It's like that.
Yeah.
And when people try to give you advice, you try to take it in. But the thing is, it's always different when you're in the situation, right?
Always.
Like whenever you get to whenever you get on stage, you
Right.
think I'm going to say this, this, and this. And then you get on stage,
You fumble.
it's not the same fucking situation.
Especially when you think too hard about it.
Oh, what they say in the military? You rise to the lowest level of your training. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
Whatever you've prepared for,
Yep.
that might be the case, but the map is not the territory. You know what I'm saying? All that shit, dude.
Yep.
Like when you get up there, it's gonna be different.
That's what I was talking to Trees about. Like
Yeah.
when he did a 5-minute set and he was just like, yeah, I got up there and it just wasn't how I thought it was gonna be. Like he's like I was like,
thought you were funny.
Yeah, and he is. He's very funny.
It is, but
he was just like, man, it was just like they expect you to make them laugh like immediately. Like it's such like, and it's until you've been up there in front of the people, like you don't know how that feels. You don't know that
goes back to what I just said about energy being the currency of human interaction.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because that expectation of like you must be funny since you're up here. All that dense. That's right to check. You think like I don't give a fuck about these people. Who are these people? Like this is just a high tone audience on a random Tuesday night. Like they're just people.
Dude,
when you get up there, you care if they like you or don't like you.
Yes.
Big fact.
Yes, dude. I look. Once you know the way, you see it in all things, right?
Yeah.
Like being an athlete or training, or like, do you remember when you weren't strong and then you went through this period of like training montage and then you're like, oh, I could kill a nigga now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I could run a dude down, tackle him, and choke his head off if I wanted to. Now that I'm strong and fast.
Yeah.
I remember that process, right? And it's the same thing with comedy, right? It's like each time you get upstage, bro, it's one push up. How many push ups does it take to get strong? Like tens of thousands.
Yeah.
Start at 13. How many push-ups do you need? It was like, I don't know how many. You probably need about 50,000 by the time you're 18, bro.
No facts.
You probably maybe 100,000. Like you put it like that, it's so insurmountable. Like 100,000 is like, 10 is hard right now, nigga. You better get to 10.
No, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's how it is for comedy, right? Like it's like that for everything, dude. Like you're scared. It's like when you fucking having sex for the first few times, bro. It's like I don't know. I think I know what I'm doing. I'm built for this, but am I?
Yeah. I saw it in a video.
Right. I think I know what I'm doing.
But now I'm here. It doesn't look the same,
bro.
It's a different situation.
Your dick got an eye, but you can't see with it. I'm poking her leg. I'm trying to get it in the hole.
You know what's funny though? For like, I've been making music and performing.
How many songs have you made?
I can't.
100,000.
I fucking lost count. Dog.
You probably lost songs. You probably forgot songs.
Listen, there's this one Kanye West line still holds true for me to this day. I done forgot better shit than you ever thought of. It's just like, that's from losing files on a hard drive, having that shit completely wiped by accident, to being in the middle of cooking up some shit,
real pain,
and then the project just crashes.
Yeah.
Gone.
Also
before
pain.
You could hit Control S and save that motherfucker. And even just like in times where
can I ask you something real quick?
Talk to me.
Okay, so is it like playing a video game where like you just went through a level and then the power goes out, but then you just made the song and you're like, I know exactly what I did. Can you get that back? Is it that easy or no?
Sometimes.
Oh no!
How about this? Have you ever lost the song and then you go to remake it and you make it like 10 times better just on the second time through?
I think so.
Yeah, you think you've done something like that?
I think I've done something.
I feel like that lightning though is like.
But no, like the lightning. There's actually one beat specifically that I made I can't remember the name of it, but I know I have the file for it.
Yeah.
I remember exactly what all drums I used, the pattern I did, how I chopped the sample, but it did not feel the same.
It didn't feel the same.
After I
Yeah.
recreated it.
Really?
And I did it all to a T. I still got it. Who knows? That's the thing about the passage of time. When you create something and you let it marinate for a moment, like going back to anthology, right? Majority of those songs, fucking 3 years old.
Yeah.
Goddess's track is one of the oldest ones.
Wow.
Dames is also another
The
one.
vocals too?
Yes.
Oh wow.
For the months leading up to the release, or at least the Bandcamp release, I booked some studio time, laid down some extra vocals. Some parts of certain songs are newer than the actual songs themselves.
Okay.
But the overall conception, creation of the beat and the recordings, 2022, really 2023, 2022, around that time.
Word up.
Gangsta is one of the oldest ones as
Really?
well. Because we first performed that song.
That's probably my second favorite on the
Yeah.
album. It's just it's real catchy. The hook
Yeah.
is so catchy.
Yeah.
But
It's coming from a real place of just not even just a black man's experience, but black people's experience in America, period.
yeah.
It's just like, yeah, I didn't ask to be perceived in this way.
Yeah.
You put me,
So
Did you-
if you're
did
gonna
you
if
see-
you're gonna make me, then fuck it.
Did
yeah,
you see?
Yeah.
Crash Out.
You seen Sinners?
I have seen Sinners, yes.
So it's,
I gotta see that.
yeah,
I
it's,
still
You
haven't
still get
seen
to
it.
see it?
it's good. It's good.
I still get to see it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so let me ask you this, and spoiler alert, Charlie, just bear with me.
Don't completely ruin it.
I won't.
Okay.
I won't. This is more of a
It's a vampire movie. I know that
yeah,
much.
this is more of a philosophical question.
Yeah.
Okay. The series of events that
Yeah.
leads to the party,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
And then also the second rising action, the
Yeah.
after the party scene that I don't want to mention in front of Charlie. Okay.
Yeah,
You know what he's talking about, though.
I am.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful. So the power of music was leading the entire lead up to the first rising action,
Yes.
right?
The inception of the club, period.
Yes, and it was like three different musical powers at work.
Mhm.
There was like the
Past, present, and future.
nah, dude, it was like the religious music,
Yeah.
the blues music that the young nigga was playing at the time,
Yeah.
right? And then it was like when
It's the timeline. of it.
right. And I sometimes feel like I be hating on music and Music Cat sometimes. I swear I do. It's because the emotion, the power that is elicted from music is so potent, bro, that
Yeah.
monsters are using it, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so it's like what's the question I'm trying to get to? When you're in the zone, I've talked to Charlie about this before, and I meant to mention it to you, right? The energy palpitation that you feel in your soul and your spirit and your heart when
Yeah.
you're making the music. I felt it before,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
When you're making when you're making music, but when I'm listening to music, and something is so powerful, it transcends time, and I feel like I'm in the room with Michael Jackson when he's fucking, making Bad or something,
Yeah.
or you hear a live album, and I was like, oh, I would never go to the show, but this sounds amazing. I feel like I'm at the show.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, the energy was so strong that it was imprinted on the wax that it came through to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I try to do that with comedy, but I feel like it's harder because it's like, electing an emotion that stands the test of time. Once you've heard it once, a joke anyway, it kind of loses its magic. But what Chris Rock say? Comedy is like organic, like fruit or whatever. It'll rot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like music is like preserved, like a bag of chips. It's always gonna
It's
be.
more like jam.
It's always gonna be good. You can crack the jam, crack the jar, whatever. It's preserved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No pun intended, by the way.
Yeah.
That was a bar though.
Jam preserves.
Yeah.
Damn, we're geniuses,
Come on, man.
bro. I didn't know I was a
But
rapper.
what was the question?
The question is when you're tapping into the energy, right? Because I know how that feels, right?
Yeah.
I see it in my friends. When Charlie's killing it, right? He's like, oh, he didn't hit the energy. He touched the things, what I call it, right? There's like this invisible third, fourth dimension lightning bolt that you can touch.
It's called piercing the veil.
Sure.
No pun intended on that either.
Yeah,
For
no. I've heard that before too, but I feel like
Yeah.
it's more of like you're charged by it, and then in the time when you're doing it, like I was being shocked by like a conduit, like electrical thing, right? Like you're shocked, and it's like everyone's seeing is like, yo, this nigga is fucking on fire right now, or whatever, right? It's like, yo, you were killing it. You was a different person on stage, right? I've hurt people making them laugh before, right? And I was like, damn, that's crazy. You know, and I was like, I don't remember what I said or how I said it. I had the audio, and the audio don't even feel like what I did. And then I see the video of it, and it's like, that's not really me. Because I know what I look like when I'm telling jokes. This is a different type of animal, you know?
Yeah. I've had people come to me at one point, you're a different person when you're on stage. And I'm like, my response to that was, I'm not a different person. It's just me magnified on stage. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's but when it comes down to just getting into the zone, into the energy of
in the creative process.
In the creative process, is like
you feel like you're in it sometimes and you're not in it sometimes.
Dude, it's no matter if it's to make something as intentional as like a song like Gangster, right? Yeah. Or even just something as just fun as being imaginative and creating just storytelling, just create storytelling behind, like, say, a track like Lotus Beam or whatever, right? There's always an element that you step into that, like, there's always parts of yourself you put into your art. Yeah. No matter how
you ever feel like it's not available to you? Like you can't make something that
it can be as
feels right?
I think it can be as available to you as long as you allow yourself the opportunity to be vulnerable in that process. Yeah. Because it's like, Pharrell says something that stuck to me as well. Like, with like creations and ideas, it's like a library of the universe, right? The reason why it's important to always create, because if you see an idea and you don't take action towards it, somewhere, no matter if it's within a 30-mile radius or on the other side of the fucking planet, will probably have the same ideas you have, but then just be able to like actually lean in towards it and just make the action happen. Yeah. You know, you have to make any idea that you create as concrete as possible. That's where, like, part of it for me is that, like, while I am very intentional in my creative process, and even if it's just like I want to create something, I want to get this energy out of that energy out, I'm it's all a spiritual process for me, because I truly love making what I make, no matter if it's intentional or if it's fun. As long as the energy is intentional behind it, it could be whatever, dude. Like, I literally was kicking it with my guy Kenny Wayne yesterday.
Shout out Kenny Wayne, that's my nigga.
Yeah, shout out Kenny Wayne, man. It was me, Austin, the homie Trent, and homie Kenny Wayne. We was cooking up beats on FL Studio. I'm an NPC nigga. I told them, like, bro, using FL Studio for real again for the first time in years, I felt like I was 16 again. Just being able to just sit on this laptop and just point and click and just try to chop a sample in the most mundane and long-winded form possible. And I still just made some shit. It was just like, damn, this is
still fun.
It's still fun as fuck. You know what I mean?
Still fun.
Well, even after 15 years, it's still fun.
I fucking love the new album. I love your music. I love your style. And everybody at home, go check it out. It's on Bandcamp.
Yeah, Anthology Volume 1 is on Bandcamp. You can hit the Ingudco Instagram, INGUDCO, on Instagram, and go hit the link to check us out on Bandcamp and on YouTube. Anthology Volume 1 will be out on all streaming platforms on Juneteenth.
Swag. And, that was an excellent promo of your material. And I want to say this before I do the log off. Yeah. But outside of being a great musician, Spek's a cool dude. And, this is a really good, I feel like we're back on track with this episode of Golden Nonsense. Yeah. Yeah, we were a little bit off the rails, but Spek, you brought us back in the rails, dog.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Hell yeah.
No problem.
You're a good dude. And everyone, listen to his music, not because he's good, but because he's a good man. The music's already good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And go into your boss's office and make him listen to it.
Hell yeah.
Go fucking
smack that nigga and tell him.
Kick down your boss's door to his office and be like, "Hey, bitch."
And guess what? If you're the boss, you go out into the fucking showroom, the sales floor, the fucking secretary's office. You scream to the top of your lungs. Actually, Spek was motherfucking here. All right.
All my management, because I work 2 jobs. I work at Firehouse.
Oh yeah.
You know Samir, right?
Yeah.
Samir's one of my managers up
Right.
there. He's listened to the project.
Hell yeah.
I made Skinny listen to the project.
Hell yeah.
and so it's just kind of like I have no shame about it. I was like, yeah, I just dropped the album. Like, go fucking listen to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
That's why I made it for.
Yeah.
For the people around me to listen to, or everybody to listen to.
No, facts.
But this has been another presentation of the world's universes, the multiverses, the extended quantum,
The quantum realm.
the quantum realms, greatest podcast of all time. Thank you, Spek.
Thank you.
Thank you, Charlie. And remember, everybody, Vaya con Dios.
Vaya con Dios.
Bye.
I'll catch you on the flip side.